Alright, Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahshua Bashim, Rakadash, the one of Sidels and Apostle of Great Millstone. Shalom. To the like of this video will be edifying. And let's get into it now. This Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 15. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearken unto counsel is wise, right? So watch out with this spirit, man. Watch out with this spirit, you know. With pride, yeah. Watch out with this spirit. You know, thinking you know everything, and you don't want to take heed unto counsel. You know, thinking you know everything better. You know, ignoring your mistakes, but quick to look on another man's mistake, but you don't fix your own mistakes. You know, those are things you should pay attention to and worry about, man. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes. Now, there was a dude, why I even want to make this video, there was a dude that basically, a worldly dude, basically, he only wanted to, basically, he wanted to skip every fault he did, but he wanted to blame me mostly for my faults, but skip the faults he did. So minor things that I did, right, that were not good or were like meh, right? He put the looking glass on that one. But the big mistakes he made, you know, which is a no. You cannot do that. He didn't put a looking glass on that, you know. And other people that know him also was like, hey, what the fuck, man? What the fuck is this? You know, you don't look at your own mistakes. You don't look at your own mistakes, which are bigger and far more important than small mistakes that are being made, you know. So again, Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 15, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes. Because why? He thinks he's right, you know, not knowing he's actually way going off, way wrong, you know. But he thinks he's right in his own eyes because why? He doesn't examine himself. Scripture says what? Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. So we can take these scriptures and apply it unto our life. We can take these scriptures and the Most High might put us in situations, and out of those situations we can learn how not to be. You know, 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua is in you, except ye be reprobates. Now, if you look at online, if you look into the word examine, here you have it. Examine, it says, put someone to question in regard to knowledge, competence, or skill. Inquire qualifications or capability. So you question like, hey, am I putting enough time into this? Am I putting enough time into that? You know, am I making enough time for the truth? You know, am I making my videos? Am I studying enough? You know, look, it's gonna say it here. Inspect or survey something carefully. Scrutinize, view, or observe in all aspects with the purpose of forming a correct opinion or judgment. You see, and that's examining yourself, checking yourself first before another man has to check you. You know, which is very important. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. Right? If you supposed to hearken unto counsel. Even kings, even kings need counsel, man. So who are you to think you don't need counsel, or you're too good, or you're you know everything, you know? and then get mad when people say, hey, but this is not the reason something happened. It's just like in a team. If you play sports, someone might make minor mistakes, but someone might make big mistakes that actually cost the whole game, or cost the whole match. Now, obviously, you're going to talk about the small mistakes, but you're going to prioritize the big mistakes first that someone makes, so you can prevent it for the next time. But if you don't talk about the big mistakes, the priority, the big ones, then how the fuck will you learn from it? So that's basically what the dude did. He didn't want to go to his big mistakes. He only wanted to focus on small mistakes other people did, which is delusional in itself, because you don't want to take heed unto counsel. You don't want to get rebuked, or you don't want to get you don't want to learn. Basically, you think you know it all better, and everyone should follow you, and it's just the way you are, and you don't need to adapt. Careful with that spirit, man. In this truth, in this truth also, because that's Satan. Making you think like, oh yeah, I'm just that way, so I don't have to change. No, fuck are you talking about? No, man. We one body. We adapt ourselves towards each other, like the scripture says. 1 Corinthians 12, right? For we are one body. Now, not everyone has the same the same job, the same function, but we are functioning as one body. Just like a motor, it doesn't have it has different tools for different purposes, but eventually it's one big engine moving a whole car, a heavy ass car, you see. So this Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 7, be not wise in thine own eyes, fear the Lord Yahweh and depart from evil. Right? Don't be wise in your own eyes, man. People warn you to warn you about something, and you don't want to listen. And hey, man, scripture says what? He that being often reproved or rebuked hardened his neck shall be destroyed, and that without remedy. Right? The Most High gonna warn you. How is he gonna warn you? By his servants, the prophets. Brothers might talk to you. Brothers might warn you, hey, this behavior, what you're doing is not good, man. Not good. Get put into counsel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. At a certain point, the Most High go step in, man. This Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 2, all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahweh weighted the spirit. You see, so all the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, right? Being biased. You might think you're doing the right thing, but you're not doing the right thing at all, man. That's why it's important to follow the scriptures and examine yourself. Don't be like these worldly people that think the whole world revolves around them, and they just have to do, everyone has to adapt to them. Don't be like that, man. Don't be like that. That's pride. Saying yeah, I'm just that way and everyone should adapt to me, and basically you never wrong, everyone else is always wrong, but you never wrong. That's the spirit of a demon, man. Because even the greatest of men made mistakes and went off, or made mistakes. Let me just say it like that. Kings made big mistakes, but they kings though, but they still make big mistakes, showing you ain't shit, man. It doesn't matter who you are, man. You gonna make mistakes, because why? We in this flesh. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes. You see, that's why we need YASHAMIAHLA to correct us, to guide us. Follow the scriptures, man. Follow the scriptures. Filter your life through the scriptures. Pray and ask the Most High to give you the spirit to apply everything that you learned, man. All this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You see, Proverbs 26:12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. You see, showing you then again, it's not a smart thing to be wise in your own eyes, man. Proverbs 19:20. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai Bashim Kakadash, the bonus to the and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Hope. Hope this video was edifying, and shalom.